Sustaining high-quality art in an anime is insanely hard. This is especially true during heavily animated sakuga sequences, but it can still be true for a panning shot of a still drawing. Unless you're KyoAni or Ufotable, there's no fucking way you're maintaining high-quality visuals throughout the entirety of a show's runtime. You've got to work smarter, not harder, and a way of doing that in this case is by applying a unique and appealing art style. It's no exaggeration to say that an art style takes up most of a show's visual identity. It's the way you emphasize certain things and subdue others. Will you make the eyes huge, or will you make them tiny? Are you going to accentuate a character's anatomy, or will you simplify it? You making the titties 2 tons or 200 tons? It's the stylization of everything from the anatomy and proportions to the colors and rendering. All anime art will eventually grow and look old, but it's the personality reflected in the style that immortalizes it. At least in the visual department, that is. Rejoice, otakus and weebs. I am Charge 000, Anime no Yusha, and I'm gonna go over the undervalued world of anime art styles. A curse inflicted upon many anime artists, any of which who have it end up plastering the same face on every character they design. The cause is oftentimes a lack of artistic skill, but that isn't always the case. Take legendary mangaka Kohei Horikoshi. His knack for quality storytelling is debatable, but what absolutely isn't is his breathtaking art. This man has the strongest grasp you can possibly have on the fundamentals of draftsmanship. He's got proportions, gesture, perspective, and anatomy all down to a T, and yet despite that, all his fucking characters look the same. Bam bam bam, look at these dickheads. One glance at their faces and you'd assume they're carbon clones. Is this a problem or a flaw in his work? Not at all. The appeal of reusing the same character template for every character with only slight differences between them very much exists. As a matter of fact, in the classic comedy anime, Gintama, they make a joke about this in one of the episodes. In a segment on how to draw the main cast of the show, they poke fun at how 2 of the main characters, Shinpachi and Kagura, have the same damn facial structure. Even outside of anime, or televised entertainment in general. You can find things like Legos or Nendoroids that all look the same, but that's what makes them so charming. There is an aesthetic for repetition, just as there is for variation. Unless it's Funko Pops. Man, look at this shit. They got the cube head. This shit nasty, dude. If all your designs look similar, that's fine, but if they similarly look like this? Ugh. The only thing a Funko Pop collector deserves is crucifixion. Fuck you and your Funko Pops. Now, I just spoke about how old characters can look the same in the context of a single art style, but now let's talk about visual similarities in the world of anime art as a whole. Here's an anime game I'm sure everyone watching this is familiar with. Genshin Impact. My fucking god, if this ain't the most generic, derivative, uninspired art style I've ever seen. The character designs can be creative, but other than that, it looks the exact same as any other modern anime art style. I'm fine with Horikoshi's same face syndrome because at least his style is unique to begin with, but holy lord, all these styles mixed together into grey mush. What happened to individualism and self-expression? I mean, for fuck's sake, even Horikoshi's style is being imitated. This is the MC from Mighty Mashita Iruma-kun, and I'm gonna be honest, this dude looking like a cheap dollar store Deku. I'm gonna wind back a little and say this. If you like this default skin anime aesthetic, that's totally fine. It's just that maybe she got a personality and stop being a normie and enjoys trashy anime. Now for anyone who's in my camp and wants to see more diversity in styles, allow me to provide a little solace. People from all over the world are being exposed to anime now more than ever before, and it's due to this fact that different aesthetics from different cultures can influence anime art and allow there to be more visual variety. That basic bitch vanilla look a lot of anime have will never die, and those who love it will continue to love it. But it's artists like Hirohiko Araki, Hayashida Q, Ichikawa Haruko, and countless others that keep anime art creative and unique, and hopefully their numbers will only continue to grow in the years to come. I stared down at my chest warily as I slowly raised my index finger and used it to have a good feel of one of my nipples. How do you think it felt, huh? Do you think it felt soft, or do you think it felt hard? The answer is pretty obvious, and you can tell just by looking at my nip. Through my passable art skills, I have visually conveyed the hardness of my nipple. Visual aids are a powerful tool. They can help describe something or someone without the need for words. But for some reason, this tool has been poorly used in anime art. It's especially apparent when it comes to character appearances. Like, I swear to God, you can have some show where a specific female character is described as exceptionally beautiful, and yet the beauty standards in the show are so high, every girl's a shoujo. So much so that this exceptionally beautiful girl doesn't stand out one bit. The same idea can apply to the opposite scenario as well. Ew, it's Sakamoto-san. I was hoping she'd be absent today.
Man, she looks so revolting, especially that grotesque scar on her forehead.
I know, right? She should be put up for display at an exhibit. Ugliness of that level is a wonder of nature. You see this shit? There's not even a morsel of self-awareness. I understand that these shows want to maintain a cute moe look without letting plot-relevant physical features get in the way of that, but this is beyond the threshold. When you describe a character as ugly and gross, and they look anything but ugly and gross, it eats and deletes my suspension of disbelief. Exaggerating certain characteristics through style will eliminate the need for a verbal clarification by some NPC in the background and allow visual storytelling to shine. I think a question anime fans often ask but never get a proper answer to is, what is anime art exactly? This question is near impossible to answer as it's been the subject of debate for eons, but if I had to tackle it, my solution would be to completely eradicate the term anime art once and for all. The term was originally used to refer to all art that was produced in Japan by the Japanese, regardless of whether it looked like this or this. But since Japanese culture as a whole has been exposed all over Earth to anyone and everyone, Japanese art is indistinguishable from a gaijin's art. Now the term is used to describe this very traditional and orthodox look of anime with no regard for the creator's ethnicity. I believe that by killing the term anime art, artists won't have to categorize themselves and be forced into a restrictive mold, and this will therefore allow them to think outside of the box and try new things. Artists who try new things still exist, but the presence of the phrase anime art works to neutralize that, and I can only hope that changes. Oh, and as for anyone I made fun of for liking the more traditional anime look, please don't shit on me, I was just joking. Not. I mean, there's a reason why companies slap it on every game, show, and movie, because it has a broad appeal. Now, I'm sure there's a couple things I've overlooked in this video. Maybe I'll go over those in a part 2 one day. This is my first YouTube video and I literally have no subscribers or viewers, so for anyone watching this, thank you so very much for sticking around till the very end. There will be more to come in the future and I'll hopefully see you all in the next video.